stay hydrated. Yo, welcome back to another video. My name is Sean, but you can call me Paps. I'm a photographer based in Florida, and I just picked up something pretty cool that I'm adding to my workflow, and I think that you might find it pretty interesting. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a huge Apple fanboy. I've got an M2 MacBook Pro, my M5 iPad Pro, an M1 Mac Mini sitting right behind me. But I picked up something interesting because I wanted more of a desktop experience while on the go. As much as I love my iPad, I run into some limitations during my daily work where I wish I had a MacBook with me, but I also don't want to bring my MacBook Pro with me because it's a chunky boy. And so I picked up this guy, the Macbook Neo, which, I mean, for the price point, I think is probably the best computer you can buy right now. And if you're new here, I make videos on all things audio and visual, so if that's something you're interested in, hit that subscribe button because it really helps out the channel. Anyways, let's talk about this little guy. So as much as I love my creative studio, I hate being tethered to a desk. I like getting out into the world or being able to edit photos from my couch. It really helps my creative flow to have a change of scenery every once in a while. So after watching hours of YouTube videos just like this one, I've put together a workflow that I think works really well with the MacBook Neo, both for personal work and professional work. I don't want this to be like any other review video. If you want to watch a review and the specs and everything on this computer, like, go watch another video on YouTube. This isn't going to be the one for you. But if you want to see real world experience of using this machine and actually using it to edit photos, stick around because I think you're really going to like this. Now, when it comes to computers, I tend to be a little bit of a geek. With a background in software engineering, I have lived around these things. I've used about every MacBook you could imagine, and this one really surprised me. Although the specs seem like this would be just your basic web browsing computer, it can actually do some really amazing things. I've used it to edit video, I absolutely use it for Lightroom and to edit photos on the go, and it's a perfectly capable machine. The MacBook Neo is thin, it's light, and it's easy to pick up and just put in my camera bag, and most importantly, it does what it needs to do. Don't let anyone steer you wrong, because this thing is a beast. Okay, so you guys didn't come here for a review of a computer. You actually came here to see how this specific computer works in my Lightroom workflow. So the first thing I like to do is back up all of my raw files, because in the event an SSD crashes or I can't connect to a cloud server, I want to make sure that I can still access the actual raw files for the photos. Usually I'll do this using my MacBook Pro or my Mac Mini here, then I'll copy all those files onto an SSD. I'll then do the same thing, moving the photos onto my iCloud drive as well. Yes, I use iCloud Drive, don't judge me. So after that, the next thing I like to do is I like to cull my photos. And so this is where Lightroom Classic comes into play. On my MacBook Pro, I'll go into Lightroom Classic and I'll start culling through my photos, picking the ones that I like the most. And then I'll go ahead and import them into a new collection. Then once my photos are synced, I'm pretty much good to go. And I can head out and go get a coffee, which I'm gonna do right now. Peace. Now, the real advantage to using this computer comes in the fact that I can use the full MacBook desktop experience. When it comes to my iPad, as much as I love it, I run into a lot of limitations when it comes to software. Even though a lot of my daily work revolves around photography, I still build software, and having access to the tools I need is really important, something that iPadOS just can't provide at this time. The MacBook Neo has truly surprised me in what it can do. It seems to handle any task I throw at it fairly quickly. Yes, I'm not getting the full performance that I would out of my MacBook Pro, but I don't necessarily need that when I'm on the go. I would rather have the trade-off of having a more portable machine rather than having the most optimal performance. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something about my Lightroom workflow with the MacBook Neo, and I really think if you're in the market for a small, lightweight computer, that you should pick one of these up. So anyways, stay creative, stay caffeinated, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.